Welcome back to Cliffside Brew It Yourself. Today we're talking about making cherry melomel, better known as Vikings blood. What I'm going to use is this 100% cherry concentrate juice, and contents of this is cherries. That's it. It's 100% cherries. There's nothing else added. Also, I'm going to be using a 1/4 cup of these dried cherries. Also, in the ingredients in the back, it says Bing cherries. That's it. Dried Bing cherries. That's all it contains. I'm going to be using 4 pounds of clover honey, and I've had that sitting in warm water. And I'm also going to use a handful of raisins. I've already chopped those up, and I'm going to use a cup of black tea for our tannin. And with that, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to dump in our honey. Add a little water to it. Shake it up. Clover honey smells amazing. Now for the second jar, each one of these jars contains 2 pounds of honey. I did weigh them out, and they are, on my scale, they are right at 2 pounds each one. I'm using a brew bucket because I want a little, this stuff's really good, so I want a little bit more than what a normal 1 pound or one gallon carboy. There's our tea. Now this, on the scale, I'm going to weigh this. It weighs 2.3 pounds, so I'm going to try to get a pound. I believe the container is the 0.3, so I'm going to try to get half of this in. And I'll weigh it. Wow, we're at 1.13. That's exactly half right there. All right, I am going to open up these cherries. Once again, everything I do has been rinsed in star sand. I've got a little bucket that I've made up of star sand. I also put star sand in a spray bottle so that I can spray stuff down. But I'm going to put a 1/4 cup of these in. And I'm also going to be using some of these cherries in the secondary, when I get into secondary fermentation. All right, here goes the raisins. And I'm going to add in about half our water. Hopefully without splashing too much out. And I'm going to get my big spoon here. And now now we commence the stirring. Get all this honey stirred up. So, since this may take a little while, I'm going to go ahead and cut the camera off at this point, and when I get this all done up, we'll come back. See you in a few. Okay, we're back, and I went ahead and added in the rest of the water, and I've got this well stirred up. I think we're good to go. One of the things I want to do is add in, I'm going to take a hydrometer reading. I'm going to add in, want to take my hydrometer reading and see where our specific gravity is sitting at. So once again, everything has been thoroughly sanitized in star sand. So we'll take our wine thief and get a reading. See where our gravity is. It's got a pretty nice red color even already. Ooh, she's riding pretty high. Fruit pie. Don't need that in there. Set this over it. Make sure that guy doesn't go in there. So our reading is 1.200. So if everything goes all the way out, that should give us somewhere around 17%. And since I rinsed that in star sand, it's okay to dump that back in. And our temperature of our must right now is 73 degrees. So we are more than good to go as far as dumping in our yeast. I'm just gonna sprinkle it around on top. Oh, you want to make sure that the hole for your airlock is the opposite of where you have your handle. Sometimes it's always best when you're doing these buckets to put your airlock on before you snap the lid down. So there we go. We will set this over in the brew area and let it start doing its thing, and we'll check back when it's done with primary fermentation. Bye for now. Quick update on the Vikings blood mead. Today's the 7th of February, so it's just been less than 2 weeks, and our specific gravity is down to 1.016. So we are going to rack it into a new carboy and then let it sit. So I'll do a follow-up here shortly. So after racking off the Vikings blood, ended up with a full 1.5 gallons of into the secondary. So we'll let this sit. Probably going to take about 30 days for everything to kind of settle out and start clearing out, and we'll do an update later on.